Good morning. So we are back to, if you remember yesterday I showed you how to stretch paper, that if you were using 300 GSM or lighter, I'd recommend that you stretched it, especially the cheaper papers. So I stretched a small piece yesterday. This is it. It's completely dry. It's been drying overnight. And as you can see, it's perfectly flat. So now what I'm going to do, we're going to test it. We're going to absolutely wet it, soak it, put some colour in. Nothing particularly sparkling. I'm not going to do a full painting. We won't have time for that. For now, we're just showing you how it works. So I'm going to mix up some cobalt blue. So I'm going to mix some colours up first. So some cobalt blue there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Pipette. Put some Naples yellow. A bit of Naples yellow there. And inside with the Naples yellow, I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of rose madder just to take the yellowness off it. Just make it a nice warm yellow for the sky. What else can we put? Let's mix a grey. So we'll have some cobalt blue, some more cobalt blue over here with a little bit of ultramarine just to darken that up. We'll use that for the sky actually at the top. So ultramarine and cobalt blue. In the cobalt blue that I mixed earlier down here, I'm going to put a little bit of burnt sienna in there, and we'll make that into more of a grey, just for some shadows there. Okay, and then I might even mix up a little bit of, let's have a look, cobalt blue and rose madder. So we have a nice purpley bit for the sky as well. Okay, so quite strong colours. Can. Okay, right, so let's go ahead. So I've got a mop brush here, sort of, it's like a Chinese mop brush, a quill brush. It's a pointed wash. It holds quite a lot of water, and for this size paper it's going to do fine. So let's go. You can use a sponge if you want, and you can use a bigger brush. Let's have a look what we've got here. We've got flat brush here. Big round brushes, so you know it's really up to you what you want to use, but I'm just going to use this pointed wash, and I am going to wet this paper. Okay, give it a good soak in like that. There we go. Let that soak in just for a couple of seconds. Put it up and around the tape. Have a look at it, how it's soaking in. Now with this paper, this is the Fabriano knot, and it's one of those papers that it does absorb water fairly quickly, but around the edges especially. But I mean, it does give you plenty of time. So I tend to sort of leave it for a couple of seconds, and then what I'll do is, with a much drier brush, I'll go back over it again, and especially around the edges, which often people don't, when they're wet in the middle, but then, you know, there's also these edges here. You don't want them drying out too soon. Right, so looking at that now on the side, I don't think you can see it. Oh, there you can, look. Can you see we've got that nice sheen? When you've got that, that is telling you you can work on the paper. So as long as you've got that nice sheen. So we've got lots and lots of water on there. And we're also going to put quite a bit of wet on there. So I'm just going to... So this is the Naples yellow with a little touch of rose madder. Okay. Probably a bit more rose madder in there. Give it a bit of warmth. Okay. Clean the brush. tissue. I'm going to put a little bit of purple in there as well. So that will create some grey, but put some nice purple around there. So this is nothing, I'm not painting anything particular, I'm just putting plenty of paint of wet in wet, using the wet in wet technique. Okay, so we can see, you know, we've got plenty of colour in there, plenty of water on there. Okay, now if that was just taped down with masking tape now, we will be seeing it with cockling all over the place. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of some grey clouds in there somewhere. Just put a couple of, just so it looks a bit like a sky there. And then down here we could even put in, put a little bit of this light red in with the grey, and put in some sort of distant sort of looking hills or trees or whatever you want to call them there. Make it a bit darker even, and some there. Okay. Right then, so that's really wet and really covered with paint. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to leave that to dry naturally. You can dry it with a hairdryer if you want, but I'm just going to go away 15 minutes or so, have a cup of tea, come back, and then it'll be dry and we're going to take the tape off. So we're going to be cutting around this tape area. I'm going to take this off and you're going to see how flat it is. So we'll be back shortly. Okay, so I'll see you in not such a long time. Thank you.